Okay, I think that's good. Oh no, the playback. All right, the playback. Wow. Oh, okay. I think the zoom in is a little too much. Let's go right there. All right, cool. All right, what is this video gonna be about? Interesting. Every topic I come up with instantly, I just turn it on, and that's it. I just think about it. That's all. That's all the topics come from. Hopefully the light's good too. All right, but seriously, I do have something in mind. The light is crazy. I'm sorry. I should do these earlier. The real problem is I don't have a good light in this room, so the light is always a little bad, a little too shiny, and a little too dull at times. But it is what it is. Um, my chair, it doesn't matter. But here's what I wanted this video to talk about is finding your pocket in life. You know, if you don't know what that means, basically when someone says I'm in my pocket, it means that they're doing really well, right? That whatever, you know. It could be like, I don't know, you hear with a bunch of stuff. You hear it with basketball, you hear it with like a lot of things. You know, when I'm in my pocket, it means when you're doing your best, when you are really good at whatever you're doing, be that sports, music, whatever. Choose whatever you want when you're in your pocket, right? And I was thinking when, you know, not a lot of people play professional sports, right? Not a lot of people do things where someone's looking at you and saying, "Oh, you're really in your pocket," you know, right now. Unless you're like doing something publicly or something like that, whatever. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, when are we most in our pocket in life, right? When are we really doing the best in life in that moment? And if you're not right now, how do you find that? Which is a huge, I know that sounds like a huge question, right? But it was something I was thinking about. And have I ever been in my pocket in life? I don't know. I don't know. You know, when that first comes to mind, when you first ask that question to yourself, am I in my pocket right now? You're thinking, what am I doing? Am I doing my best in this moment? Not that it's not purely really up and downs, is right. It's not like you're doing the best as in you're making the most money. It's what you feel the best doing. You know, it's when you are feeling like, okay, this is when I'm doing the best, right? Because you can make money, right? But just because you're making money doesn't mean you're in your pocket doing the best in that moment where you really feel like you're doing the most with your creativity, your body, anything. You know, you're like at your peak of whatever you do. You know, because you could get a job and start making money. You know, I used to work at Target. That doesn't mean anything. You know, I wasn't in my pocket stocking shelves, but, you know, I was making money. It was a job. But that doesn't mean I was in my pocket, right? Now, that usually comes from doing your best. Now, when are you doing your best? It usually means when you're doing your passion, whatever that is, right? That's usually when people say that. You know, it usually refers to creativity. Like, take basketball for example, right? Even though I don't play, but you know, I should say music or this making videos or something. Why am I saying basketball? All right, let's go to making music, right? I put out a song recently, right? Not to brag, but it got the same amount of views as my last video. Be that 19. It's okay. But you know, your pocket is when I would say I'm producing the best, right? When I'm at my computer, I'm at my laptop, and everything I'm doing, to me at least, is good, right? Everything I'm doing hits the drums, everything's like perfect, you know? Now, when am I doing that in life? Because you're doing that, you know, because I do that, but I still have to get up. You know, I'm still in school, so I have to get up and go to school. You know, I have to get up and leave. You know, I'm not a professional producer yet, maybe, who knows? So I need to do other things, you know? So when do I feel that in my life, right? When do I feel that way just walking around when I'm not at my computer? You know, when you're walking around, you feel good, you know? And that usually comes from some sort of creativity, right? Usually when people say, oh, I'm in my pocket, it usually means they're doing something to where they can let their inner creativity come out and kind of push them and kind of make their way to the internet or wherever you're putting up your whatever you're making, right? If you're a digital artist, right? When you're in your pocket, it usually means you're making your favorite art, your art style. You're doing it the best you can with the most creativity, right? All your own, no other things at play, no one influencing you. Usually that means you don't have a boss, right? If we're talking like in life, when do we feel that way in our lives? And it's rare, it's very rare. I was looking at something online, right? And it's basically talking about, it was this article we had to read for school, for class. And it's basically talking about the internet, right? And how the internet is going to be kind of split soon, right? China's going to have their internet. I know this has nothing to do with it, but I'll get to it. China's going to have their internet, America, whatever, Europe, right? They all have their different internets, right? And I'm reading all these people because it's a public, school post, but you can see everyone else is in class, right? And I read this one interesting post where the guy said, when I was younger, what was he saying? He goes, when I was younger, I was really good at getting into other people's internet, which he was admitting he used to hack into other people's internets because he lived in an apartment, right? So he was just telling us that, right? And he goes, yeah, and I was really good at it, and I felt like I could do it professionally. That's why I'm getting into computer programming, right? So he just admitted to a crime and acted like, he didn't act like, you just wrote it. I'm sure it's fine, right? I don't know, but I thought it was interesting that in the post he said that he felt that he was really good at it, and that's the reason why, because not because it makes money, because that was also a discussion, ways to make money on the internet came up. And not because it makes money, he said, not because he had any training, not because anyone asked him to do it, just because he found it and he felt good. Same reason I make music, just because I one day thought it sounded good to me and I kept going and it felt good for me. That's the whole reason. That's why I think we are best, are most in our pocket in life. When you're doing everything, even though you may be making no money, you may be doing a crime, okay? As long as you're not hurting someone, most crimes are fine, like white collar crimes. You still steal money from people though, whatever you do. But whatever. Do what you want. But you're in your pocket when you're doing the most with your own creativity, no matter how it affects the world. You know what I mean? When it feels good to you, right? When you're going about your day and you're thinking, what you're actively thinking about isn't a job you have to go to that you hate, isn't some appointment you have to go to that you don't even want to go to. It's when you're thinking about what you're going to do later creatively, or what you did earlier that day creatively. Being in your pocket in life is usually when you feel the best doing what you're doing for yourself, right? And hopefully that creates, a life for you, like a real job that you like and it makes money. That way you're doing what you love. It creates some kind of stability, whether you like traveling. Let's say you do this, you start making videos and you start traveling, right? You're making videos, you're traveling, you're in your pocket, you feel good. It's not, you're not like really changing the world doing it, but you get to do what you love, right? Some people are in their pocket as being a doctor, coming every day, doing surgeries on people and just being good at it because they love it, right? And they really are doing what they love, and they're doing it every day. And every day they wake up and they don't even think about it, right? Because think about it. Whenever you hear someone say, "Oh, I'm in my pocket, I'm doing this," it's free flowing. You're not even thinking about it. You're just making, Again, it usually has to do with creativity. You're just creating. You're just doing, right? Um, Even let's go back to the basketball example. Like usually I would hear this people say that when I would watch people on Venice Beach, which is a beach in California, right? And they would do all types of crazy stuff. It used to be like if you don't know what and one is, and one used to be like a freestyle basketball competition. I don't even know if like the teams mattered. I think it was just the tricks they used to do, right? They do that basically at this beach called Venice Beach in California, if you don't know. And that's where I first heard that term, because people would just be free flowing. They're not even thinking about it, right? They're going between their legs. They're doing slam dunks. They're doing like behind the back passes and stuff like that. And it's without even thinking, they got their team, they got their friends on the team, and it's all just cohesive and one. They're not thinking about it. They're going, when I'm making music, or other producers I've seen make music are just going, they're playing the beat, they're thinking what's next. Sometimes I've seen people in studios not even talk, right? Just creating. You're just listening to them, right? Just creating. That's when you're in your pocket the most. So I think an answer to my own question, all these videos literally are just me trying to answer my own question based off my own knowledge, right? When are we in our pocket in life? I think we are in our pocket in life when we're not thinking about anything and we're doing, but the doing is the creativity we have, right? We're doing based off pure creativity and just what we want to do in that moment and what sounds good to us, right? There was a YouTube video I didn't watch because it was too long, called, what was the title? I thought the title itself was interesting. Didn't listen to it at all, because it's too long. It's just too long, That one movie, Flowers of something, Martin Scorsese, his movie, 3 hours long. Couldn't watch it. Too long. I can't watch these long ass videos. YouTube used to be like 10 minutes. Remember when 10 minutes was like, people were like, you gotta have your video be 10 minutes, that now there's like these hour-long essays and about race, and you're like, oh my god, who was watching? But they have millions of views, so, but whatever. They're in their pocket when they do that, right? Probably. If you make an hour video on YouTube, you better be in your pocket. That's just gonna be boring. But yeah, you're in your pocket in life when you are doing everything you want in the moment and you're using your creativity, right? Rarely are you in your pocket not using your creativity. Even businessmen, when you're a successful businessman, you're still running off your own creativity, what to buy, what to sell. That's the length I know about business. What to buy, what to sell, that's all. But they're not going off of a sheet. The most successful business people are going off what they feel and what they see and what they know in their head, and what they predict will go up in the market, what they will predict will go down. Machines can do that, but everything that I've looked up online, everything I'm seeing, the most successful business people seem to go off of what they feel like, and they get lucky. It's just like anything. I go off what I feel. If I make a song that gets big, then I got lucky with it, but it's still based off my own creativity and me trying the best with my own, with my own creativity, with my own life, doing what I want to do. That's when you're mostly in your pocket, when it's all from your own brain and that's it, right? You're not going off of someone else. You're not going off your boss. You're not going off of something telling you what to do, right? Or even giving you a suggestion, right? You're in your pocket when there are no suggestions and your creativity comes out and flows quickly, right? And you're just going. They call it the free flow state, but you can't have your whole life be a free flow state. You can only hope that you find yourself in your pocket and you realize you're in it, and you be happy that you're doing something that you can even let your creativity go. Because there are a lot of people that have jobs and lives where they can't let their creativity be expressed until until they're doing their hobby, or until whatever, until they get a chance, right? And they can't always do that. So if you're living your life and you fully think every day you wake up in your pocket, that means you're probably doing something right? So yeah, that's when we're in our pocket in life. That's the answer to the question. I hope this video wasn't too dark. That's okay. Maybe it'll lighten up in the edit. That usually happens with this camera. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.